had some scheduling confusion on the meeting today. The meeting next month and the month after. Fourth Wednesday of November is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Fourth Wednesday of December, Christmas.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Day.
Day.
How about instead of trying to squeeze all of that, especially the Christmas one and the holiday madness, how about we combine those two meetings to either the first or second Wednesday of December?
That's fine.
Sounds good to me.
Which one, first or second?
Let's do the first.
Okay.
It's the, pretty much splitting the difference between November and January.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be the 4th.
Mm-hmm. Get the 4th. And I'd like the focus of that meeting to be entirely mapping out agenda for 2014.
Agreed.
Because y'all know Jeremy is going to be running for county commissioner next year.
Hello, Wes.
You're just in time to miss something.
Awesome. My timing's impeccable.
Here you go.
Got a seat.
Oh,
You got your one.
I didn't even see it. Sorry.
It's the lack of cannons.
I'm telling you, cannon deprivation's a horrible thing.
And line. Back of line.
How's everybody?
Good.
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 Decision was made since next month, the fourth Wednesday is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and the month after that is the fourth Wednesday is Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Decided that the November and December meetings are going to be combined into one meeting on December 4th.
December 4th. Okay.
It's after Thanksgiving, so we shouldn't have any problems there. It's as far away as we can get it from Christmas. It's pretty much the difference between, or the same difference between now and the meeting that would be in January.
That makes sense.
And the focus of that meeting will be entirely mapping out agenda for 2014.
Okay.
In addition to whatever we can do to help Jeremy with his run.
Yep.
Find out from, we'll find out probably around February, or no, probably March actually. 1st of March or so, we'll find out whoever's, we'll actually know who's running for Senate for the Libertarian Party statewide. We'll try and get them to come in at some point then. Events next year. The Fall Festival for Ashboro, you can get a table now, and it's $25.
NASCAR days for next year too.
NASCAR days would be a good one. The Sophia Pottery Festival, I don't know if that's one that we can get into, because I know...
Seagrove?
Yeah, the Seagrove, not Sophia. The Seagrove Pottery Days, that would be a good one to have a table at.
Bush Hill.
Bush Hill, 4th of July in Archdale Trinity. I'd like to, if we can, do the 4th of July parade, Archdale Trinity.
That'd be great.
And obviously the Bush Hill Festival also has its own little parade that comes through. It'd be nice to do something in that.
That's not really, they don't even close down the booths. They just march right down the middle of the street. And if you don't get out of the way, you're basically trampled to death. But it's basically
the one that's just the one street, isn't it?
Yep.
That's Christmas. The one at Bush Hill is basically just the band, the marching bands.
Yeah, I didn't mean Bush Hill, I meant the Fall Festival. Because they parade all the vendors down early. And what I was thinking is to, as a float idea, or not a float, but just a thing to have in the parade, take one of our cars and put black sails on it and have a pirate theme.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
a Jeremy's theme or something.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's good. I like that.
Put the Pirate Bay website down the side too.
And just have pirate themed, but also Liberty themed catchphrases and like magnets or whatever on the car. Like instead of until morale improves, the meeting will continue? How about until the government, or until the policies improve, the protest will continue?
So bad.
That'd be nice.
Or things like that, and just kind of play it up, something to stand out. It might be a little gimmicky, but I think it'll also be fun.
People will remember it though.
Also, fairs next year. The Dixie Classic Fair, State Fair, Libertarian Party has a table at both of those. It's a standing thing, they always have a table. They always need volunteers. The volunteers are 3-hour shifts. I think it would be nice at each of those if we can get all of us together for one Saturday and just take over the tables for a 3-hour stint at each of them. Just, show up in force.
Yep.
And be as rambunctious and rowdy as possible, because they're usually very laid back and don't get in people's faces.
We'll have them co-cash it up then.
Also, the convention next year, being, midterm election, I think it'd be nice to have a decent representation at the Libertarian convention. It'll be in June. It's always in June, usually the second weekend of June is when it is.
Where's that at again?
Do they move it around?
Yeah, they move it around. I haven't heard where the new location is. They'll probably announce that around February. But it would be nice to have, especially on the Saturday, because it's always a Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing. It'd be nice that the Saturday. Just a lot of us plan to be there.
Maybe they'll do it in Greensboro.
You or somebody else who knows somebody else in the Libertarian Party try and lobby for getting it in Ashburn. Because the last few times they've had it up towards the mountains, they haven't had it dead center yet. Ashburn's dead center of the state.
They'll get more people in the building.
Yeah, because people from Charlotte and everybody else be coming up, so.
What kind of crowds do they usually have at something like that, like capacity?
When I went before, and don't think it was much bigger or smaller than when you went, it's usually around 50 people.
It was sort of, to be quite honest, when I got there, it was sort of underwhelming, or, I sort of expected.
It fits in a hotel reception room.
I happen to know where there's a new event center in Ashburn. Just saying. I don't really care, I don't get a cut of it if they booked it there. I'm just saying, there's a place in Ashburn now that could fit that many people in it, so.
Well, usually they use a hotel just because then they can get discounts on hotel rooms if anybody's coming in from a distance.
That's true.
I was asked Jason who's making the decision.
That's sort of a selling point for speakers. They can, put them up close by.
Didn't Jason leave?
Yeah, he left, but he's still in touch
Okay.
with all the executive committee and everything.
Okay.
They just throw it out there. They haven't picked a location yet.
Well,
Lobby for it. If not this year, maybe next year.
Reminds me, Barbara Howe wants to get in touch with you about the state helping you out, the state party helping you out.
Yeah, she added me on Facebook, but she ain't said anything to me.
She's busy.
Yeah, she's
So do I need to contact her? Or do I need to wait for her to contact me?
I'll send an email and copy both of you in it.
Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me saying it.
We ran into Barbara once when Adam was running, and that was literally driving down 220. I went over and I looked over and said, "Hey, is that Barbara's car?" Pulled up next to her, honked. Hi. She's very busy.
But,
Sounds like it.
so let's see. Events, fairs and stuff.
We gonna do anything for the Christmas parade this year, or are we gonna wait till next year?
There's a Christmas parade?
Yeah.
in Ashburn.
And Randall and Asheboro.
Are still have one
Well, we
too?
didn't hear that.
Orange though. Oh.
You didn't bring Lincoln's face.
You didn't know that? Asheboro's got
3
a,
years before I knew there was a
Yeah,
fall
for some
festival.
reason, Archdale's is right in the middle of Sunday afternoon.
Asheboro's got a huge one, and Randall and FFA advisor, they got a competition for the best float, and usually he gets first or second place every year for it. Good little chunk of change for winning.
Trust me, I know all about the parades that are here. I used to be a marching band.
Okay,
When you get your cannon, can we pull it down the middle?
There you go.
Now, see, you really did miss out on
Fire
that.
it every few feet.
My parents had a black powder cannon that used to fire at the beginning of the parade every year. Man, they even had fuses of black powder for it, so.
Dress in Confederate regalia.
Yeah.
And it was party brass and everything.
Out of curiosity, how much did something like that run?
I think they sold it for less than what it was worth. I think they sold it for $250. The guy came all the way down from Ohio to take it back, so
$250.
they couldn't get anybody to buy one. It was worth, I think, $1,000.
Wes is like, shut up and take my money.
That's right. I don't. It's like somebody's explaining it. Well, it's really nice shape and everything. How much did you say? $250. And my cousin. I don't care about your cousin. Give me the cannon. Here's the money. Shut up.
They couldn't even give the one away in Mayberry.
I know.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty
Yeah.
much what they had to do. They just wanted it gone because it was in the middle of the
Had
porch.
some car done.
If it worked, I'd take it, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it would take a ball, but it took a triple load of black powder the last time we fired it. So
Anything,
out of it, but
anything you put in there would probably be
Would it be like
projectile.
that when you have
Nails,
saltwater?
rocks,
Yeah.
marbles.
Yeah, I do.
All right, when we loaded it the last time, we did a triple load because it was the last time we were going to fire it. And so Dad was trying to use as much black powder as possible. And we blew the pens out of it, and they just shot out, and the wheels just went thunk. So, I mean, it went from standing like this to just going thunk, and it just kind of sank down a little. Everybody thought that's the reason why the cannon didn't fire anymore. It wasn't because the people in charge of the thing didn't want it to start the parade anymore. They thought it was because it broke.
One of my favorite bits on the old Magnum PI TV show was when Higgins would be out there on the grounds with his cannons, firing it very early in the morning to wake Magnum up.
Well, that's how my dad met my godfather.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so. Talk about meeting events. Focus for next year. I know we had, this year was kind of split between the landfill and the mega site. Next year, for local politics, I think our focus should be on full disclosure and no more private sessions.
Yes.
A lot of people talking about that right now. It's becoming more and more of an issue. I'd like us to start actually pushing the local people on that. And by pushing that, I mean showing up at their meetings and speaking, why aren't you recording this meeting? Why isn't there a camera running in back just recording what's happening here? Why are you having this private session you're not technically allowed to have? Things like that. So that's I think that should be our big project for next year. And I think it'll tie, if you can make that a main point of your campaign, that would really tie it all together.
Yeah, I was planning on that and the mega site really bringing it into focus. Because I got a lot of people in Liberty who does not want it to happen.
So how many do people know about the private sessions?
It's become more of a thing with the mega sites, since all of that was planned out in private sessions. It's becoming a bigger issue.
Yeah, I've noticed they started doing it earlier and earlier in the meeting too. They right to it.
Oh yeah, it used to be the meeting would last 4 hours and then they'd do a private session. Now it's an hour and a half and you're gone.
I think for that budget meeting, me and you went to, went about an hour, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
And
they
they
wrapped it up real quick.
Yeah.
I only
I
had
want
like
to talk about money in front of people.
I only had like 4 or 5 people come up talking, selling their pitch for money, and then like private sessions. And that was it.
So I think that should be our focus.
Did I say something in the Constitution, somewhere about open
Statute.
transparency or something like
There's
that?
a statute of transparency in the Sunshine Laws for North Carolina.
Yeah, 1972. I put it on Janet's Facebook, tagged you and you in it.
There's that. Registration for office starts in February. Anybody interested in that? Other than Janet?
What's open?
It'll be, I don't know which districts you're technically in, but there'll be a state senate and state house office.
Commissioners.
Districts 2, 3, and 4 for county commissioner.
No, I'm District 4.
I'd have to check the, where do you live?
I'm in 5.
You're in 5? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're in the same way. I'm not sure about what local offices there are. I'll have to check the board of election.
Yeah, if I was going to do anything, I think we should just start small, low-key things. That way,
Right.
maximize organization.
I might try and fill out the petition to put your name on the ballot without paying anything for maybe the State House, because I don't think anybody's gonna run against it.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things we need. We need people to get on the ballot. I mean, regardless of who they are, what their background is, you know.
Mhm.
At least get them up there and just replace the old people who constantly get reelected for 20 years at a time.
Can't remember what it is to waive. I think it's 2% of the number of voters that are in, or whatever would be voting for. I believe it's 2%. You can get 2% signatures of people that are in whatever district or whatever you vote that would be voting for you, that you can waive the filing fee. I'm not sure. But that'll be something for at a later date.
I did have an idea, Jeremy. On your signs, were you like charged by the letter, or
Do what?
Like when
your
they make the
campaign
sign?
signs? Do
When
they
they
charge
print
by
it.
the letter?
I ain't picked the place out yet.
Okay.
I'm waiting on Saturday to
Could
roll
you
around.
put,
We'll talk
like,
about all that.
the LP.org.
I was planning on putting our website on there.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna do.
That'd be good either way.
I was just charged by sign.
Because
Yeah, I was charged
I
by
still get
color and-
I still get people who just don't know what libertarians are.
Yeah.
Maybe heard the name before. So I just think just the website, the LP.org or ours or something, to get people to research it a little bit. So it's like what you told my daughter when she was here. We don't expect you to automatically go out and become a libertarian. Just study it. Look in. Don't take things at face value. So, just to get people to look into it, because once I explain to them what it is, a lot of people are going for it. You see in the polls now about how many people wouldn't mind if drugs were let. I think the time's right now. Most people aren't satisfied with either party. They want small government. They just need to know what the other option is. And it was just something out like when we used to market the karate classes. It's called a what's it. It can be something like a band on your wrist or a sticker or something, just so people will ask, what's it? And that leads into, sort of breaks the ice and leads into you telling a little bit about it. I would just like to see more people realize there's another option.
Yeah, that'd be, especially for like the parade and stuff next year. We could just have something to throw out or hand out or whatever.
They do.
Most places
Can you
you're not
hand?
allowed-
Well, can
You're
you
allowed
hand?
to hand.
Okay. Not candy or could you get?
So we can't get T-shirt guns. Let's fire libertarian shirts out.
Used to have a tater gun. We just stuff a T-shirt in one of
Oh, yeah. Or we could, write Libertarian Party on the side of a potato and shoot that to the crowd.
Prevent potato famines.
We had a party one time, we were shoving loads of bread down that thing, trying to get it to shoot. It didn't, but I remember.
So, like I said, we'll actually sit and write down all this at the next meeting. I just wanted to, put it in everybody's head. This is what we need to be thinking about. Get it all set in writing next meeting. That way we have a quick idea of what we're doing for the entirety of the election.
I have a question. I know at the beginning of all this, you guys were talking about Twitter and Instagram and all that. Has anybody set any of that up?
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Okay.
I've been using Twitter a lot, so we got a bunch of big people in the freedom movement watching
One of the
us.
things we definitely need to do when you have events, somebody needs to be the designated Twitter picture taker
That's
and
like a
post it
job
to
for-
Twitter.
What's your job?
Just making a comment on that needs to be set. If somebody can't make it, this is the fallback person for shooting
Yeah.
it. I don't mind coming and shooting with my camera, but I don't consider it, and I hate using it.
I've got to learn Twitter. I mean,
It takes a second to learn, but once you learn it, it's pretty cool.
I've never invented a website.
And it's just type things and hit it.
And a lot of people in the freedom movement use it too. I see a lot more one-on-one talking with them people than on Facebook, so.
But again, just more of an out loud comment. I know that, especially Instagram at work has become a really big thing because because you can hashtag somebody and it ties them to your Facebook, so it instantly posts on 2 sites at once, rather than having to upload several different pictures at different times.
Adam can upload pictures of stuff he cooks when he does that too.
Thanks, your shirt. Your shirt. Nobody wants to see your yellow.
Maybe you don't.
What's Reddit?
Reddit is a gigantic mess.
Okay.
It's not like Pinterest.
Next question is what's Pinterest?
I can't get it.
Pinterest is
Basically
Twitter.
Reddit.
Pictures.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
it. Pinterest is Twitter, just without words.
Yeah, it's with pictures, but you can type in like descriptions underneath the pictures.
It's Twitter without words.
It kept my attention.
Ain't that
all
what
10
Instagram's
minutes.
supposed to do?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of like Instagram, sort of.
Instagram's
Kind
Twitter without words, but with effects.
With effects.
Yeah, but you can put effects on
Oh.
Somebody did like a thing, it was like a chart of how to simplify social media networks. It's like, Facebook, I'm gonna tell everybody and tag them about what I'm gonna have for dinner. Instagram is, here's a picture of my dinner, but with like a 1970s filter.
Keep it on.
I guess Pinterest was, here's how to make what I had for dinner or something. I don't know.
MySpace.
What?
I still
really?
have my MySpace
I
account.
do too.
MySpace is only good if you have music to play.
I'll say it just became like Reverb Nation now.
Tumblr's sort of been taken over by the porn industry. Good way of smuggling dirty pictures through filters. Trust me, we at the library know.
But anyway, so the other side of all that is to do all the parades and festivals and things. It's gonna take cash. I think when we meet once a month, $5 each.
Okay.
That should cover everything for later in the year. Go ahead and start getting it all set up, start paying it off.
And whatever I got left for my commissioner run, I already talked to you about it. I'll be giving it to y'all guys, so.
But that won't be until after November. So.
Yeah, well,
Speaking of that, I have an email into the IRS about what I need as far as the do's and don'ts for the account. So, and I sent that in last Thursday, and I've yet to have anything back from them. So,
They just got back
That's
to work.
Pinterest.
okay, so it's just all pictures.
It's all pictures.
It's supposed to be things that you find uplifting or something. Isn't that what it's supposed
So,
to be?
Well, I mean, I just. you can
stick
search
person holding a
anything.
gun to somebody's head, I don't know how uplifting that is.
There's a category
Are
for
You're a
that.
statist.
What was
Depends on
that?
which side of the gun you're on.
That's true.
How uplifting.
Yeah, either way.
Alright, so
Why shoot mine?
that's my spiel for tonight. Like I said, be thinking of things that we can add to the calendar for next year. As much exposure as we can get next year would be good. Obviously, it has to be local. We can't take a trip to the beach and tell people in Wilmington to go Libertarian.
Right. Does us no good.
Yeah, I mean, who else here?
But is there anything, because I was just thinking about where we've covered as far as area goes. Is there anything in Seagrove?
Other than the pottery festival.
That's just for potters, isn't it?
What's over in Liberty? Oh, they do the Antiques Festival thing.
They got a giant yard sale festival they do once a year.
Yeah,
The whole city yard sales.
yeah.
Liberty does have something. I can't think of what it is.
Oh, they have, well, it doesn't really do us any good because people come in for that, but they have the Liberty Fest every
Yeah.
year.
Well,
Didn't
like
Barbara
they
go to
just had,
that?
yeah, but then that's not really a political thing.
Yeah,
Politics
right.
is around them.
Right.
I mean, we can all show up. It'd probably be good just to go.
We should go to Ashland.
Anything happening in Staley?
I'm sure
No,
every
Staley
male
doesn't.
in this room would love to go
They
to
have a
Ashland
Christmas
for their.
parade.
Do they?
Yeah, they
Okay.
sure do, or they used to. I know when Janet and all them, over the Tea Party, they were doing a thing for Staley's parade.
That'd be something
You know,
to
it's probably
definitely
like
look
four
into.
cars and maybe a
Parade
horse,
treats
but,
daily
you
last.
know.
We get a lot of exposure like that.
Turn the corner, now we're here.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like doing it in Franklinville or something.
Say,
You don't put up signs in Franklinville right there in front of the Quick Check. That's the only thing there. So
yeah, we might have to make up our own events for some of the areas in the county.
That's fine.
yeah,
As in, we're standing on a street corner, hi, we're Libertarians, we exist.
And can we be creepy like the guy who looks the cross in Ashburn?
a thumbs up Jesus guy.
He looks like Jimmy Carter.
Yeah,
He does.
looks like Jimmy Carter. Yeah, actually, he looks like Jimmy Carter and Ken, Barbie's boyfriend, were like kind of combined. I'm
Oh,
he's a nice
wow.
fella,
I
but-
think he looks like an old school combination between Jimmy Carter and Billy Graham.
Yeah,
I
that
just
too.
don't understand why he does it on the days that he does it, because he does it so randomly. It's like,
All right,
a few days here.
it's Tuesday at 3 o'clock, I need to go stand on this corner.
And you know, and here's the thing.
He read about the Spirit.
Well, he's from New Jersey. He drives up and down the East Coast and stops in towns. And does
Okay, well,
stuff
that makes
like
more sense now, because I was
That's
trying to
what he
know
does.
why it's so
Oh, really?
random.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was all over the East Coast.
That's what I heard. That he travels from New Jersey down here and he stops in all these towns and
Now I'm happy he's in Ashburn, that means we have, he makes the
Street
street.
creator.
yeah, he stops by, does his
I guess he
thing.
let us stick at Liberty across.
Wow. But now there's the thing. We could get out and have a sign that says, Jeremy Hussey, County Commissioner, and see if people give us thumbs up, or the finger, either one.
If we do right camera angles, everybody giving thumbs up, it'll be look like it was me and not the guy with the cross standing next to me.
It's true. Maybe you could get out there and like talk to him. You guys could
Camera
do like a
angles are
dual thing.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
I think religion will start a bigger civil war in the party than
Yeah.
Alex Jones would,
Yeah.
or metal.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, this is a political meeting, let's discuss whether or not there's a God.
Yeah.
Evolution.
That's right. So we were all just talking about how the Earth was only formed 5,000 years ago.
Oh,
we
God.
test our faith. Thanks, So anyway, anything else to add? Constructively?
Something to hit on when you are talking about attending all these festivals, also getting involved in just local parties, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, because you're going to find any set meeting, you're going to find a couple of people who are just kind of tired of it. Yeah. So that's just a couple more people here and there, and you find the right people as fans you reach,
Does the Tea Party meet at all anymore?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they meet.
Oh yeah, they're all kinds of active now.
Yeah.
I'll discuss that after the meeting.
Did you not see his review of the TV?
Most of the time after, by the way, Greg Brandon's a really nice guy. Got to talk to him. I like him. But after he was done with his thing, I just kind of stood there going, what is going on here?
But yeah, we need to show up to the Tea Party too, because just to get the libertarian message out there, even if they don't like it, you can still say it. It's educational.
I think finding out when the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, and the Tea Party, when their meetings are, and making a point of
Showing
going to
up.
more than a few of them next year.
Yeah.
If nothing else, just cause some trouble.
Yeah.
Especially have a heyday with the Democratic Party on Obamacare.
Well, there was a actual, I don't know if you call him a Democratic operative, but he works for the Democratic Party of North Carolina, and he apparently follows Greg Brandon around to all of his speaking engagements. And Dr. Brandon knows he's there, knows him by name, calls him out repeatedly during the thing, but in a nice way. I forgot the guy's name, but he's like, I'm going to keep on him. I'm going to convert him to my message. And I just thought it was kind of nice because he wasn't attacking the guy. He was actually being like, one of these days, he's going to come work for me.
That's actually an old tactic of the Democratic Party in North Carolina, because 2008 and 2010 and 2012, every Republican candidate I saw had a Democratic check.
And he fully well knew it. And, you know, the guy's like sitting there with his camera like that. And he's like, meet so-and-so. He's from the Democratic Party. He's just here to watch. And the guy's like, I don't know if he thought somebody was going to hurt him or what. Everybody just kind of smiled at him. I think he was just sort of taken aback that, you know, a lot of your Tea Party people are not, you know, they're not going to beat you to death. Probably. I don't know.
Teach how to be in English.
Yeah, no, when they get their Krav Maga training. Nothing wrong with Krav Maga. I actually like to learn it, but
There's a place in shut down.
there's people in Raleigh, Triangle.
All right, any other suggestions?
Local, like municipal meetings, we need to perhaps get video of them, bring some transparency at that level too, because we got to keep the pressure on the commissioners, but also branch out. That helps us with our messaging too, because we meet people at those meetings who've probably never even heard of the Libertarian Party in Randolph County.
That might be a smart idea, videotaping local meetings.
Is it allowed?
Yeah.
It's a public place.
Please don't do it.
I meant for you to do it.
Yeah.
Because I know when you were doing when you were running for office, we had to double check that we could videotape.
That was candidates. We had permission from the candidates.
Just making the comment.
So I can't videotape.
What about the thing we were doing, the Second Amendment Preservation Act? Didn't we have to get clearance on cameras for?
We talked to the security guy.
Right, just make sure.
He
Like,
said it was okay.
okay.
So, I mean, actually videotaping full meetings and putting them up, if nowhere else, putting them up on our website. And then
YouTube channel too.
Just as the message, they didn't do this, we did. That might not be a bad idea.
Might learn something from it too. Might learn something from it too. I don't know what goes on at these meetings personally. I've never been to one.
I've been to one time with the FFA. There was nobody there but us,
Yeah,
and it was so ungodly boring.
Yeah, the municipal elections are dry as hell.
But, you know, you get the Libertarians to show up, you know, spit some fire, make things, well, that was Randleman too. I'm sure Archdale and Asheboro probably got a lot more people in
I've
it.
been to Archdale, and it wasn't that. I mean, there were more people than the actual council, but not that many. We started the Arts Council up there, so we had to go to that, and I had to leave because my daughter crawled under the table. So anyway, it's a little bit bigger, but I know that the mayor is an extremely nice lady. So next time I see her, I'll just ask if they'd have any objection to take them to the meeting. Apparently, the director at the Archdale Library, he has to go to Archdale and Trinity because Trinity gives money to the Archdale Library. And apparently, he said it's night and day. Because he went to Archdale and everything's just civil and, you know, quiet and everything like that. And you go to Trinity and there's people getting hauled out.
Oh, Trinity sounds like the place to be.
Well, no, they were like pissed off over a park. Something like,
Oh, God, yes.
They bought the land.
Freaking
They bought the land. There are sidewalks. There are concrete curb abutments for people to park. And now they decided they don't want it. They gave back grant money that they were going to use for the stupid park. And now it's just sitting out there in the middle of Trinity doing nothing. And the justification is, well, Archdale has one, we'll just use theirs. Well, they're half done with the one at Trinity. But he said he would go there and people screaming and dragging them out.
That'd be interesting to go sit through that. Let's see somebody throw a punch.
We can invite them to the county commissioner meeting.
There you
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, one more thing. Chambers of Commerce. The Archdale Trinity, Asheboro / Randolph Chamber of Commerce. Are there any others in the county?
I don't think so.
Does Randolph have one?
I think they do. They might. I don't know. I think they do.
Whatever ones there are around here, would be a good advantage to get in touch with them, because usually they're the ones that have things to do with like candidate forums, debates, things like that around here. So if anything is going to be thrown up while Jeremy's running, those would be good connections to have.
Well, Archdale, that's who handles the parade and the festival and
Yeah,
everything.
but the Archdale Trinity Chamber of Commerce is the one that handled a candidate forum.
Yeah, well, they handle all those.
Yeah.
So,
But I know they do one because I managed to get every Libertarian that was going to be on the ballot in Archdale, including Barbara and Brian Irving. Managed to get them to come down for that. We were the only ones that the whole party showed up. So those would be good people to get in touch with for the next year. And something to focus on. Anybody got anything else?
Yeah, I got two things. First thing, podcast.
Yes.
I still think, you remember when we were all at the county, the commissioners meeting?
Mhm.
We stood out there for an hour, just shooting the bull, but every subject, no matter where it went, came back to libertarianism. Because you were talking about the Ptolemaic reign in Egypt, and we were talking
Yeah,
about
I watched
literature and everything that comes back.
That would make a good podcast, Wes.
Yeah, that's
It sure
just,
would.
just record just a random conversation, because I think it was entertaining enough for people to listen to.
Yeah, it
And
was.
There's a
It
point
was.
to listen to it.
Also, there's the recorder apps for smartphones. Just throw it on, rant about something for 2 or 3 minutes, be done with it.
And email it to Wes. Email it to Adam.
Yeah, email it to me and I'll throw it on SoundCloud.
I've got about 14 different things I have recorded. It sounds fantastic when it comes out. And then you listen to it and you go, God, something. That's complete crap.
Well, you're going to if it's you talking.
Yeah, that's the key. Don't actually listen to it. Just record it and send it to me.
Yeah.
I'll make it sound.
That's what you gotta do.
All right.
Or you have a few drinks and then listen to it. Then you're a little more accepting.
Have a few drinks and
Man.
then do the recording.
It's not
Have
going
a
to be
few
doing
more.
anybody any favors, I can tell you that right now.
Have a few drinks, do the recording. Have a few more drinks, re-listen to it. Then have a few more drinks, listen to it again.
Email Adam. Hey, Adam, this recording is the best shit ever. Awesome.
I think you sent me a text message.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like,
Of course, you probably erase it.
Oh, yeah. it's me like rummaging through my house, trying to find. All right, I can't find my shoes. And I was like, yeah, I'm putting this up. Yeah.
Alright. So, yeah, like I said, just record, rant about something, send it to me, I'll throw it up there.
I don't know, but I think this might be worth it to do drunk libertarian rants.
We talked about this?
I'm telling you, I think it'd be great.
I'm sorry, I discovered drunk history, and that is the funniest thing
It
ever.
is fantastic.
I've learned more from drunk history than that.
Waiting on y'all to set up about them presidents. I know y'all was talking about it, doing that.
It's true. Yeah. We should do drunk libertarian history and do it like a series, and we're gonna pick
Drunk freedom.
do about drunk freedom.
Drunk on freedom.
Drunk on freedom.
There it
That's
is.
fantastic. There's the title. And we pick. Let's pick about 5 presidents. Really double down, learn something about them. We'll all get together and get blasted and talk about what we learned.
I think it
It'd be
needs,
something cool to video so you can actually see us drink.
I think it needs to be just one president at a time.
Do one president at a time. All right. Which one we gonna do?
It's
Garfield.
We could put them all in
That's
a
good.
hat and pull one
Who's
out.
the one? Yeah, who's the one that was in office for 30 days?
William Henry Harrison,
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
my favorite president, never broke a promise.
That's true.
Nah, he said, honey, I'll be in a minute,
No,
I'll be out of the rain.
he said, I will fix this country or die trying.
Yep. I saw one that had a picture of John Wilkes Booth, and it said, America's greatest actor. And I thought, ooh, too soon?
Which was the one, was it Zachary Taylor that ate cherries and milk or something like that?
I think so, yeah. Cherries and
Because every President's Day, the week of President's Day, Rock 92 does presidential
Yeah.
tribute or something like that. And
Was it Martin Van Buren who had his niece be first lady? There was one of them
He
who
was
never
one of
got
the-
married.
yeah.
And he, like, they needed a first lady.
No,
And, like,
I
asked
thought that was
his niece.
Buchanan.
Maybe it was Buchanan.
Eleanor Roosevelt was a cousin too.
He's also a man. I'm just
Oh, I was about to say, it's a bombshell.
My dad, when we were a kid, they had a mule named Eleanor. Because they said it looked like Eleanor Roosevelt.
Wow. Which end?
I don't know, I was quizzing him on vice presidents. Because he said, well, I know all the presidents. I was like, can you name all the vice presidents one night? It was after a couple of drinks, and Googling was rather fun. But Wiki's got a really interesting little page because it says how many different terms they served and who served as president and not. And it's really interesting to see who all.
Who's the one that had served a term, was out, and then served another term? 2 terms, but they weren't consecutive.
I don't know, because I was your answer for everything that night.
And they were talking about Taft on the radio. Apparently, before he got to office, he lost like 70 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then ballooned up, when he was in office, got stuck in the bathtub.
Yeah. Wouldn't you
And,
hate to be the guy who worked at the warehouse?
The warehouse.
Well, kind of. The White House who was in charge of, like, throwing out Taft's bathwater.
Oh my God.
That would be an awful job.
But then he lost weight after he left office.
They said it was the
He
stress.
was a
Stress
judge,
ate.
Supreme Court justice or something after he was president, or something like that.
Hmm.
I just remember the line from Arsenic and Old Lace. The guy thinks he's Teddy Roosevelt, and they finally got this chubby guy to come get him and take him to the home. And he looks at him and says, "Is he moving in before I'm out?" Who? Taft. And then the guy who's there to get him goes, sucks in.
The greatest movie that's ever, somebody pretending or thinking that they're an ex-president. Never seen it, Bubba Ho-Tep.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. John F. Kennedy.
He died in this cup.
Fantastic movie.
All right, we're getting off track. Anybody got anything else?
Oh yeah, last thing, for the committee meeting, I'm going to try to get with whoever runs the community center up there, and just use that to meet when we do meet. So, cause my house ain't gonna be able to hold as many people as we got.
Where's the community center?
Right down the street from my house.
Okay.
Right there on the corner by the fire department, there in Level Cross. It's the building with the billboard out front.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you find an address for that place?
Mm-hmm.
What committee?
For my commissioner room.
Oh.
What time is that Saturday?
2 p.m. I think it's the chief in the fire department. I gotta go through him, but I don't know for sure.
I'm not sure.
So,
Who you need to go? It might be Joe down the street.
could be.
Well, if anybody, or if nobody has anything else to add, they want to brave the weather outside and get back home and warm.
It's getting cold outside.
It's supposed to be, what, 28 on Saturday?
God.
It's gonna be a hard winter, guys. I hope you like snow. I told the woman I'd have the chairman bring it back.
Pipes in the new house are most likely to freeze.
Let me take it up, go ahead and fill out the sheet for the December
I
report.
want to put over 9,000 on top.
Libertarian.
I don't know, Lester, we're getting used to a basement for the first time.
Oh.
The house is warm, and the downstairs stays warm, but it's just having that much air.
That space there.
Oh,
What's today's actual date? What's today's actual date?
Today's date? 23rd.
But